Why do narcissists smell so disgusting? Is it because they often do this? Many narcissists emit a strong, unpleasant, almost death-like odor that persists despite frequent showers, toothbrushing, or laundering their clothes. Even the most expensive cologne can't mask it. It seeps from every pore. It's worth mentioning that not all narcissists have this smell. Some actually smell quite pleasant, which is something you might have experienced with certain individuals. However, many people report encountering this issue, as seen in the comments of this show. Today, we'll explore why some narcissists have this distinctive, overpowering odor. If you're curious about this topic, consider joining us. As always, subscribing to my channel helps spread awareness about narcissistic abuse. We'll examine why narcissists smell from both a spiritual and a scientific perspective. Scientifically, we'll delve into how the internal chaos within a narcissist's body impacts their hormones. From a spiritual perspective, the explanation is quite clear. A narcissist's inner self is a whirlwind of chaos, filled with toxic and negative energy. Dare I say demonic energy? I often use that term. They open themselves up to all the negativity in the world. Whether you believe in faith, entities, or evil spirits, the crux is that they interact with the world through hostility, anger, and resentment. What happens if someone constantly lives in such a state? Naturally, they manifest their inner decay outwardly. If someone is perpetually filled with anger, jealousy, and hatred towards others, it's no surprise they might emit an unpleasant odor. I believe this smell arises from their rotten soul, heart, and conscience seeping through their body and breath. Even if they brushed their teeth 1,000 times a day, their breath would still reek. The issue isn't cleanliness, although some narcissists, often referred to as mental narcissists, neglect their physical hygiene. Physical narcissists, on the other hand, may be meticulous about their appearance. But this isn't about physical cleanliness alone, it's about their overall behavior and energy. They seem oblivious to this odor, which only those who live closely with them or experience them regularly can truly understand. This smell permeates everything: their clothes, blankets, bed sheets, and anything else they touch. It's a smell you detest and desperately want to escape. Where does the smell come from? It originates from the sacrifice of their true self, left to decay on the altar of their fake persona, resulting in a drain-like odor. They've buried and severed themselves from their authentic self to the extent that they're no longer aware of it. But just because they're unconscious of it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Your inner child, your real self, and their inner child are fundamentally the same. The difference is that their inner child is dead, while yours is alive. Though you may be scared and disconnected from it, it still exists within you. They, however, have annihilated any connection to their true self. I believe this is the source of the smell. It's a manifestation of all their shame, fears, and unacknowledged truths. What do you think? Share your story in the comments below if you've experienced something similar. Your insights can help others feel less isolated on their journey. This odor isn't a diagnostic sign of narcissism. It's not widely discussed or used to identify anyone. That's not my intention. I'm merely sharing what I've observed, felt, and smelled in my experience with my narcissistic father, and what I've heard from others who have faced similar situations. Now let's examine this smell from a scientific perspective. When you're constantly stressed, your body releases chemicals like adrenaline, noradrenaline, and cortisol. These can cause excessive sweating, leading to an unpleasant odor. You might wonder, but they don't feel stressed. They stress others out. While that's true, they're still human and subject to the same physiological responses as everyone else. Narcissists often feel like gods, but their bodies have the same vulnerabilities as ours. They thrive on anger, which makes them feel powerful. Studies show that a single angry outburst can cause a surge of cortisol, taking up to 7 days for the body to return to normal. Imagine the impact on a narcissist who lives in a near-constant state of anger. This continuous rage keeps their cortisol levels perpetually high, contributing to that persistent, unpleasant smell. Narcissists might seem calm on the outside, but inside they're constantly agitated. Anger is their primary emotion and their tool for controlling others. This relentless anger and stress flood their bodies with stress hormones. No matter how well they mask it, internally they're in turmoil. They excel at hiding their true state, but the truth is they're anything but calm. They are perpetually stressed, and this stress manifests physically, often in the form of a distinctive odor. How do I know this? From numerous conversations with narcissists, many have confessed, "I may act strong, but if I were honest, I'd admit I'm still scared and stressed." What fuels their stress? The constant need to maintain their image, control others, gaslight, lie, twist the truth, and concoct stories. All of this takes immense energy. Even though they draw energy from you, it still requires effort. One contributing factor to their unpleasant odor, reminiscent of manure, could be stress-induced dry mouth, leading to bad breath. Stress can cause dry mouth, and without sufficient saliva, the mouth starts to smell. It's important to note that individuals abused by narcissists might also suffer from body odor and excessive sweating, but that's a different issue altogether. Mental illnesses like schizophrenia can lead to excess cortisol and serotonin, causing body odor, which is not comparable to what we're discussing. As mentioned at the beginning, not all narcissists have this quality, and a bad smell doesn't automatically indicate someone is a narcissist. That's a simplistic view. Some may dismiss this as fake science, questioning the evidence. Context is crucial. Watch the entire presentation before forming an opinion. The most powerful statement is, "I don't know." What if this reveals something new to you? We're always learning, right? From a scientific perspective, this explains the phenomenon. Spiritually, one might say the person is possessed by a dark entity, often referred to as a Jezebel spirit, manifesting in their unpleasant smell. And that wraps up our discussion. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you next time. As always, until then, let the healing begin and continue.